I just as of recently have been talking about the fact that back in April, I had one of my largest dividend income months of all time ever since I started investing in dividend paying stocks and companies around 7 years ago. But to be even more specific, because of the payout frequency, meaning that there were certain stocks within my portfolio that do pay out on a quarterly basis, and the fact that they all paid during around a 1 week time span. I think it's safe to say I received more dividend income in a few days, much more than I probably received my entire first year of dividend investing. Now in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how much dividend income I received during this short time frame, and exactly which stocks and ETFs paid me out during this time. Then later, I'm going to share with you my strategy moving forward as far as dividend investing for the rest of 2024 and beyond, and sort of just go over my thoughts moving forward. So if you want to see behind the scenes of a 7-figure portfolio and go through with me, see some of the biggest dividends I've ever been paid out in a short time frame, make sure to stick around, drop a like down below, and let's get right into it. Real quick, for those that haven't already, make sure to go to the first link in my description and grab my new dividend investing ebook, where I share exactly how I went from $0 invested to now earning over $6,000 on a monthly basis and over $1 million invested in the markets. Along with the ebook, you're also going to receive my custom dividend tracker, where you can track your dividend progress on an ongoing basis and reach your dividend investing goals. So make sure to grab yourself a copy of my dividend investing ebook and the new dividend tracker today. It's the first link in my description. So before we go through these massive payouts during this short time frame, just a few weeks back, I first want to go through my dividend tracker right here and share some positions, share some stocks and ETFs that I've been buying like crazy as of recently, in case anyone's curious. Now, number one, the main position that I still have been buying a lot of as of recently is SCHD, the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF, which I currently have around 606 shares of, and my goal before the end of this year at minimum, reach around 700 to 750 shares of SCHD. And as far as the maxed out goal for SCHD, it would be to reach 1,000 shares by 2025. Now, other than SCHD, there's a few other positions I've been buying a little bit more of as of recently. One of those is SVOL, or the Simplified Volatility Premium ETF. It's an ETF that yields around 16% and has done pretty good so far historically. But on top of those two buys, I've been mostly using my cash balance daily to buy a ton of SPYI, the NEOS S&P 500 ETF. I've talked about it on the channel before. This is an ETF I'm super bullish on, and I'm going to continue to buy shares from here on out until I build a sizable position. But next, I think it's only fair that I share with you all some of the largest dividends that I was paid within a short time frame. I'm talking within a week or so, I was paid dozens of dividends from bigger positions of mine in my long-term portfolio. Again, just because of sort of the way that the payout frequency landed, I received a ton of dividends towards the end of April. Now, of course, I'm not sharing this with you to brag or to think that I have the biggest portfolio across YouTube. Obviously, that's not the case, but I do like to share these sort of insights with maybe some newer investors that are watching, because when I first started dividend investing, I love the fact that just a few YouTubers out there, there really weren't many, actually showed inside their portfolio, actually showed dividends landing, because it gave me massive motivation and sort of just helped me understand what things would look like hopefully later on, which now here we are. Now, I said within a short time frame, so between around May 1st and then just back a week or so to like April 26th, I received tons of dividends. And again, some of these dividends were pretty large in size, at least for me. Now, keep in mind, this is just inside one portfolio. I did, of course, just show you a second ago my long-term dividend tracker, which in that tracker, I basically have more or less all the different stocks and ETFs that I own across tons of portfolios. But because this is one of my largest portfolios, you can see the actual inside the portfolio instead of just going off a dividend tracker, because who really wants to just stare at a spreadsheet all day? It's sort of fun to look inside of the actual brokerages and see what we got. So in this portfolio specifically, of course, I do own more Verizon across other portfolios, but I received $665 on May 1st, which is definitely one of the largest single payouts I have across all my portfolio. I do have other positions like JETB and JETQ that do pay a significant amount every month or so, but as far as quarterly goes, I do have over 1,200 shares of Verizon, so that is of course a massive dividend once a quarter. Also on the 1st, I received $66.30 from MPW. So just as of May 1st across all my portfolios, I think I received well over $1,000 in dividends, which fortunately as time has went on, that isn't as rare as it used to be. But I do remember the days when I got up to over $1 per day in dividends, and then of course $10 per day, then of course $100 per day. And now it's pretty awesome that 7 years in, we're receiving north of $1,000 sort of frequently. 30th of April, we received a ton of payouts again, just because a lot of the way that the frequencies landed this month. But in April 30th, we received a 70-cent dividend from TRP, a $168 dividend from Devo, $115 from JP Morgan, $25.50 from SVOL, $62.97 from XYLD, about $144 from QYLD. Then we had $27 from ETJ, $125 from BST, 80 cents from RQI, $9.80 from BUI, Then also on the 30th, we received $93 from BDJ. We received $129 just in this portfolio, of course, from MO. We received 40 cents from AWP, 11.02 from UTG, just a 7-cent dividend from DGRW, SPYI, my favorite, $45.50, and so on and so forth as we go further and further back into the month. But I had to make a video and share this short time frame of payouts because, like I said, although as times went on, it's becoming sort of normal to receive, say, hundreds of dollars on a single day, depending on how payout frequencies are landing, etc. But on this week time frame or so specifically, because of my massive Verizon payouts and a lot of the other names that are in this list, we received more dividends in this short time frame, like I said, than I think I received my entire first year of investing. Which brings me into my final portion of this video. I did want to share with you guys some of the stocks and or ETFs that I want to continue to buy throughout the rest of this year, what my strategy is moving forward, etc. So as of right now, I still really want to prioritize buying shares of SCHD every single day, more or less, and try to get to that, like I said, minimum 700 share goal or maximum 1,000 share goal by 2025. But on top of that, the portfolio is currently earning somewhere up around $6,400 per month. Of course, it fluctuates. And I really want to get that number to $7,300 ASAP. And then of course from there, I want to get this portfolio to be cash flowing north of $100,000 per year in income. Now the problem with that goal, if you will, is that because that's my main goal, that's one of my main things I'm looking to do right now. And the fact that SCHD only has a starting yield of say 3.5% more or less, it's going to take a ton of cash balance, or it would take a ton of cash balance if I were to solely buy SCHD from this point on and try to reach my goal of say $7,000 per month in dividend income. So that's why my daily buys have been shifting around a lot as of recently. I've actually been buying more shares of SPYI over the last few months now than I have prior to that, and that's because my dividend income, my income goal is very, very important to me, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there in a safe manner. Now, this portfolio is never going to be only an income-focused portfolio. Of course, I do own tons of shares of Apple. I own different names like Devo that, although they do pay a dividend, they do have the potential to grow over time. But moving forward from this point on until the rest of the year, I think I'm going to stick to buying shares of SCHD, if not a similar style dividend growth ETF like VOO, DGRO, DGRW, etc. But on top of that, I want to utilize probably more or less half of my cash balance every single trading day and buy things like SPYI, also buy things like QQQI, or even some small amounts of cash balance into some things like FEPI. Now, once I hit my dividend income goal in the future, who knows, maybe I'll start investing in more growth-oriented stocks or ETFs, or maybe I'll just keep trying to raise my dividend income further and further. But as of right now, that's my strategy, that's my goal, and that's what we're going to be trying to do from this year on. But now lastly, I want to hear from you guys down below. I want to know which stocks and ETFs you're planning to buy every single trading day for the rest of 2024. Drop the ticker symbols in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like and subscribe for more future content like this. Thanks as always for stopping by, and if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.